Hi everyone, today we have a poetry session. We are introducing a new poem which is called I Wander Lonely as a Cloud to the poet William Wordsworth. This is started by the first stanza and read it together. I wander lonely as a cloud that floats on high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the tree, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. First, let's know some difficult words, starting with wonder. What I mean by wonder, I wonder mean I walked without aim, as a cloud that floats over vales and hills. Vale mean it's like a valley, a low part of the land. When all at once I saw a crowd, crowd mean group of people together. A host mean a group of golden daffodils. Daffodils are yellow flowers, beautiful yellow flowers. Beside the lake, beneath the tree, fluttering mean waving and moving and dancing in the breeze. Breeze is a gentle wind. Let's know the paraphrase of the stanza. The poet says that he was wandering alone when he suddenly saw a large number of daffodils moving as they were dancing. According to him, it was a great and wonderful scene to see. First, let's know the rhyme scheme of the stanza. But let me remind you what I mean by rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme mean it's looking at the last sound in the last line and find which sounds are like each other to take the same sample. So let's practice this. I wander lonely as a cloud ends with that sound overwhelms in health sa sound. So cloud will take A, in health will take B. Then a crowd, it's like a cloud, so it will take A also. Daffodils, it's like health, so it will take B. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, the sound. Dancing in the breeze, the sound. So they will take C, C. So the rhyme scheme will be A, B, A, B, C, C. And now let's know some figures of speech. We are introducing today another figure of speech which is called simile. What I mean by simile, simile means using some words like the word like and the word as, in which one thing is compared to another, like saying I am brave as the lion, or the poet saying I wander lonely as a cloud. So this is simile. And then I have personification to give the qualities of humans to things that aren't humans, like fluttering and dancing. This is personification, is the poet compares the daffodils to humans. And then I have alliteration. Alliteration means two words in the same line starting with the same sound. Sound, not letter, like high and health, beside, beneath. Okay, and then we have contrast. Contrast, it's mean two words that are opposite each other in the meaning, like veils in house. Veil, low part of the ground, in hell's high part of the ground, so between them we have contrast. This is the figures of speech, and now let's move to another stanza. The second stanza is saying, continuous as the stars that shine in a twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance to sing their heads in a sprightly dance. Let's know some words. I have this twinkle mean shine, And then I have these daffodils were shining on the Milky Way like the stars, and they were stretched in never-ending line along the margin. Margin, it's the edge of something, like the margin of the bay. Bay, it's something like lake. Then thousand saw I at a glance. Glance mean quick look at something. Tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Tossing mean moving their head in sprightly dance. Sprightly mean lovely or full of life. Okay, and then let's paraphrase the stanza. In the stanza, the poet says that daffodils stretched along the lake like the stars that shines in the sky. He really admires them. And now let's know some figures of speech in this stanza. In this stanza, we are identifying another a new figure of speech which is called metaphor. What I mean by metaphor, metaphor guide, it's when you describe two things that aren't related to each other, you are comparing them to each other because maybe they are similar in just one thing. Like here, for example, in the twinkle, he is comparing between the daffodils and the stars. Daffodils and stars aren't related to each other, but both of them shine. So this is metaphor. And then let's move to personification. Like two things their heads. In two things their heads personification as he compares them with the humans moving their heads. And sprightly dance also personification, he made these daffodils like humans who are dancing happily. And then I have order. You have to remember what I mean by order when you it changes the normal order of the English language, so you made in the poetry something called order. So for example, it's normal to say I saw 10,000, but when I say 10,000 saw I, so this is order. He put the verb, then the subject is end, so this is order. Then I have alliteration between the and that, and then simile again as the stars, comparing the daffodils to the stars using as, so this is simile. And let's make the rhyme scheme of this stanza. Continuous is the stars that shine. Na sound Milky Way. Ending lion, it's like shine, so it's A, then B, then A. B, B, it's like way, so it will take B. Glance, it's like dance, so this will take C, and that will take C. And now let's move to the third stanza and read that together. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A boat could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Let's know some difficult words. I have this outdid, but they, the daffodils, outdid mean become better than before when they are sparkling like the sparkling waves in glee. In glee mean in happiness. Okay, then a poet could not but be gay. Gay means to be happy. He can do nothing but being happy in that scene. In such a jocund company, jocund mean happy, so happy company. I gazed and gazed. Gaze mean to look at something or somebody for a long time, like stare at them. Okay, and let's make the rhyme scheme of this stanza. We will look at the last sound. The waves beside them danced, but they, so it will be A. Sparkling waves in glee, it will be B. Be gay like they, so it will be A. Duck and company, Company E like glee, so it will be B, so it's A B A B. But little thought, show to me had brought t t sound, so it will be C C. So the rhyme scheme will be the same as the previous stanzas, A B A B in C C. And now let's paraphrase the stanza. The poet describes the beauty of the daffodils together with the waves which are dancing in feeling that the poet cannot move his eyes to anything else. The scene brought for him great deal of happiness like wealth. This is the paraphrase of the stanza, and let's know some figures of speech. I have personification and the waves dance had, and also I have personification and they outdid in glee. Also personification is the poet personifies the daffodil like human who is becoming better of happiness. And then I have a jocund company. Also personification is the poet personify the daffodils like a happy company. And then the show to me had brought personification also like a man who was bringing something to him, bringing the happiness. Also, like the man, he is bringing something, but the scene is the thing that brought this happiness, not a man. And then I have alliteration between but and be, and what and wealth. Then I have a metaphor in sparkling waves. This is metaphor because the poet compares between the daffodils and the sparkling waves. And at the end I have order. The order in the show to me had brought. So this is order because the normal is to say the show had brought to me, not the show to me had brought. So this is the figures of a speech. And now let's move to the fourth stanza in the last one. For often when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the place of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Let's know some new words here. Vacant. I lie in vacant. Vacant mean in a mood of not thinking about something. And pensive. Pensive mean a dreaming mood. He is just imagining. They flash upon that inward eye. Inward eye, this is the eye of mind. So these images comes in his mind, which is the place of solitude. Bliss means heavenly happiness, great deal of happiness. Of solitude mean being alone, and then my heart fills with pleasure, and he remembers the dances with the daffodils. Okay, and now let's know the rhyme scheme of the stanza. When on my couch I lie, it will be A. Pensive mood, D, it will be B. In word I, it's like lie, so it's A. Pensive mood, like solitude, so it's a D. So it's A, B, A, B. And with pleasure falls in then daffodils, both of them will be C. So it will be A, B, A, B, C, C. Okay, and now let's paraphrase the stanza. In this stanza, the poet says that sometimes when he lies at home thinking and feeling unhappy, he remembers the beautiful daffodils which he saw that day, and then his heart fills with pleasure and peace. And now let's know some figures of speech. I have order and on my couch I lie. It's normal in the language to say I lie on my couch, so this is order. And also in my heart with the pleasure fills. It's the normal to say my heart fills with pleasure. And now let's move to personification. In dances with the daffodils, personifies the daffodils as human beings who are dancing. And then alliteration and dances and daffodils, both of them starting with the same letter, so this is alliteration. At the end we have metaphor in the flash. In the flash he is comparing the daffodils with the flashing objects, so this is metaphor. And then my heart with the pleasure fills, comparing the pleasure like water or something that we can fill another thing with. And he make himself, his heart, like a container in which we can fill with this happiness. So this is the metaphor in this stanza. And at the end, the rhyme scheme of all the stanzas like each other, A, B, A, B, C, C. This is the end of this stanza and the end of this poem. I hope to see you soon. Bye.